Hey guys, how are you doing? Carrie here. I wanted to finish the situation with my ex using the formula of compassion. This will be the last video that I do where I share my journey with the formula of compassion. But I think that it's good for everybody to see the progress that you can make with healing. I mean, this situation, if you haven't seen my last video, go and watch that because I explained like really what happened with my ex, and it was a catalyst for my awakening. So I was holding a lot of the negative energy, and there's a lot of contracts depending on your situation. um, well, I'll just tell you mine. Like, I know that there was a contract with every person that's involved in this situation. And then you'll have the same lesson, with different people in different scenarios. Until you learn that lesson. And then you do have to actually use the formula to release the people from blame. And that releases any karmic ties that the beings have, that the souls have, regarding that. So I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I have been using it for about 3 months now, and this was a big, huge release, bigger than what I expected. So like, if you're not familiar with the formula, it is coming from a perspective of God consciousness. We're all souls playing a role. There really is like, the concept of blame is just out the window because that's a lower level concept. There is no forgiveness because there is no blame. We actually created our lessons before we came here in the interlife. So that being the case, then the souls that agree to cause the most pain are the ones that actually care for you the most. I know that can be a little hard to grasp, but that's what soul contracts are about. So this is the Formula of Compassion by Jelaila Starr. And like I said, if you haven't watched the first part where I explained the situation with the ex, go ahead and go watch that. You complete the formula on yourself, then you complete the formula. I did it on myself, and then I read what I wrote for myself and for him, and then I had not at that point done the formula on his mother, but I did. When did I do this? This was like 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and I just wasn't expecting to cry like I did. I was just crying like a baby. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wing this. And I think that this will be enough experience. This will be enough of my journey to hopefully help. It gets it off of my chest, and it helps me kind of release some of it. And it helps, if on the other end of that, if anybody out there is wanting to learn how to use it, this is, this is for y'all. So, okay. So, I'm not going to go over what really happened in the relationship again, because that's just too much for me. It didn't work out, and his mother, she was being protective of her son, and I can't be too angry about that. So, okay, so I'm going to take y'all through the steps, and just read, wing it. So step 1 is, what is the lesson I wanted to learn regarding this person and our situation? When I was at my lowest point at the time, she told me she didn't care that her son could have killed me. quote, "I don't care what he's done," end quote. She said she was worth millions and she would destroy my life. Well, now I have a protective order and a violation of a protective order on my record, and mugshots to boot. When I didn't do what I needed to do to defend Ella, who's my inner child, the situation only got worse and worse. She went way overboard, gaslighting my soul in order to protect herself and her family, yet I continued putting Ella and Callista in harm's way. Callista's my daughter. The lesson I wanted to learn is the pain I put Ella through in the name of so-called love. My fear of being single would cause so much pain. There would be no mistaking my need to change this dysfunctional need to be in a codependent relationship. It's a tough lesson to learn. And I've been single ever since. So this was 3 years ago. Step 2. What is the contract I made with her regarding the lesson? And you know, I really needed help finding it. It took me a while to find, you know, the good, to be able to come up from the lower perspective to the higher perspective and see what, because you really have to take yourself out of that situation and like be like really think outside the box and like ask your guides like, hey, and I was like, okay, y'all, give it to me. Tell me what's the contract. Show me the contract. So I wrote, I wanted an unmistakable way to, my glasses keep falling down. I got new glasses. My nose is oily, but I'm not really too fond of that glare going on, but whatever. Okay. So I wanted an unmistakable way to see my dysfunctional need for someone else to meet my needs. I wanted her to show me what protecting boundaries really looks like. I was trying to see if my lips were in sync. Okay. I really don't want to have to start this over, but okay. I wanted her to show me what protecting boundaries really looks like when families truly stick together. I asked her to gaslight my soul in order for me to make changes in my life, so I could see that if I didn't defend myself, no one else will. Step 3. What is the role she played in teaching me this lesson? An overprotective Christian mother who disapproves of her son's lifestyle and uses her financial superiority to ruin the life of his ex-girlfriend. Someone vindictive enough to force her son to lie to ensure their boundaries are protected. Okay, and I just pointed the finger at her, and then I point some back at me. So step 4 is, what is the aspect of myself I wanted her to reflect back to me? This is actually pretty obvious at this point. I needed to see what real love can be like. She was showing me what I should have done for Ella and Callista. There were many times when he literally could have killed me, yet I chose to stay in an unsafe environment with my child. Since he lied and told his family that I was the abusive one, she did exactly what I should have done. Leave, and if necessary, file a protective order. That was an extreme thing to do to ensure her son and granddaughter were safe. Why did I allow Ella and Callista to be unsafe even for a moment? And I was crying through this whole thing. I'm using the Snagit software to record this because I like having the pause feature. But of course you can see why I don't use it, because my voice is off. But so sorry about that, but I'm just going to keep going and get this done. So step 5, by this point I'm just bawling. What is the gift she gave me by playing her role? Vision. I was blind to the amount of pain I was in by her living a life as a strong. Oh, I was blind to the amount of pain I was in. I really was. Like, I had no idea how much pain I was just holding in. And that's toxic. Then I wrote, by her living a life as a strong, extremely family-oriented mother of an only child, she was able to show me what the love of a mother should be like. Which I don't really have. So, Ella, my inner child, had been scared to death my whole life, waiting for me to show her that I could keep her safe and meet her needs. His mom showed me what that looks like. Step 6. Can I accept the role she played to teach me the lesson? Yes. I am finally able to look back on it with a higher perspective and see the beauty in the pain. Step 7. Can I allow myself to let go of anger towards her for her part in the lesson? Yes, finally. Step 8. Can I release her from blame for her role? Yes, I release her from blame. And then step 9 is, can I be kind to her? And I wrote a letter from my soul to her soul, because it would, I think it would be a little funny if after 3 years and all of that drama, I was like, hey, thank you for forcing your son to file a protective order on me and, you know, gaslighting my soul. I really appreciate it. I think that would be, you know, asking for trouble. But, you know, what a great release. And what a great feeling to know that, you know, these things are planned, that it's all about soul evolution and expansion and healing. So, I can see that my voice is lagging. That's why I don't know if it's, I think it's just the software, and the computer is a few years old, and but I'm going to cut this short. I really appreciate you guys tuning in along that journey. I'll probably talk a little bit more about it later, but it's a great way to actually heal, to really heal your pain and your trauma. So if y'all are trying to heal your pain and trauma, then get the formula of compassion and start to use it. And I'm going to post links just in case. Okay. I am going to go because this crap drives me nuts. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.